everybody, Jessica Pravat, Advertising Director and Publisher here at the Baker County Press, to bring you the top 5 stories of the week. Number 5, jazz bands. It's not necessarily something you think of in Baker County, but our middle school has built up this awesome jazz band that for the first time ever attended and competed at the MPA, which is the Musical Performance Assessment. It is a district competition. First time going, like I said, middle schoolers, they don't even have like a class during the day. They meet after school for practice, and these kids managed to go to this competition and do very well. They got excellence, which is just one step below superior. So they did good. They had an excellent showing. I know the director at the middle school, Spencer Oyster, was very pleased with their performance. The high school went, and they've kind of created this expectation of superiors, and they did once again manage to get straight superiors on their performance. There was also solo and ensembles a couple of days later, lots of superiors that were earned during those, and then excellence as well. So the bands, middle school, high school, are doing really good things. They're in the paper this week. Number 4, the wrestling team, girls and guys. They've been competing district tournaments, regional tournaments, but they competed in Yulee. They did well. The girls were competing this weekend, I think at the state, maybe the FHSAA tournament. So updates on those sports and many of the other sports. Lots going on: baseball, softball, track, tennis, you name it, it's going on. We've got something about it in the paper this week. Number 3, the bus wash. The county got a grant, lots and lots of back and forth. Now we actually have a bus wash that they use to wash and maintain the buses the transportation department runs for seniors and a variety of things. But this facility has finally been built. Everybody was super excited, and now they don't have enough water pressure to be able to use it. So another problem in a long line of problems, hopefully one that will be easily solved and make it accessible and usable sooner rather than later. Number 2, we had a fatal shooting in Baker County this week. There has been an increase in shootings in the last year or two around the county, unfortunately. In this case, there was a fatality. A young man was shot and killed. The sheriff's office is still in the process of sorting out the details. Essentially, it appears a group of people had a disagreement and it turned deadly. So that is in this week's edition. And then the top story, number 1, is this problem between being able to submit county audits to the state on time. We have uncovered details that were actually mentioned in a county commission meeting last week that for the fiscal year 21-22, the audit was so late in being turned in, the county ended up losing just over $66,000 in funding that comes from the half-cent sales tax. That was not recoverable. It was basically a sanction handed down by the state because we were delayed in turning in the audit. And this year we seem to be following in those same footsteps. The 22-23 audit, which was due in June, the end of June, has yet to be completed. And the delinquent departments are the sheriff's office, which this is the first time they've ever been delinquent on their portion of it, because all the different county departments are responsible for their own information. But this year, the sheriff's office has not turned theirs in yet. They were working on it and promised it by the end of February. And then the clerk of court in the county, their portions of the audit have also yet to be completed. So all the details, we've tried to lay it out. It's a ton of information. There is a graphic on the front page that shows a timeline that explains what all has gotten us to this point where we're at now. There is a new deadline of March 31st, and at this point, I think everybody's waiting to see if we hit it. So be sure to pick it up. Tons of news, 16 pages, full of information that you really need to know. So grab one. They're on newsstands now.